Are we ready to do this? Let's do it. Roll the credits. I don't know if I've got credits. Roll the credits. Point of this video is to give you kind of a timeline of the Celsius. I founded my own label, Virtual Pulse Records, in '97, and then I released 2 records on that, and then I was contacted by a guy called DJ Hidden, and DJ Hidden wanted to remix one of my own records, so he did. And then we released the 3rd, Virtual Pulse, which, I mean, that was amazing, you know? And then I got signed on a label called Epileptik, which is cool because there was like a really big label, and for me it was like a huge deal because, well, you know, I never actually had a proper label. Like I had my own label, I never had a proper label behind me that would take care of my bookings and release records and albums and stuff. And that's when I put out my first album. You might know this one. If you're a fan, it's called The Celsius. Very high levels of creativity involved with the titles. And it's kind of an aggregate of songs of like the Virtual Pulse era and just kind of all mashed up into one concept. Interestingly enough, the back of the CD is actually it actually has screenshots of a music video I shot for a completely different project, like a rap thing I was doing for my other project called Shaper.
The back streets bringing mad beats. You may hate the day because we're packing the heat. Shaper.
Right, so that takes us to about 2002, 2003, and I'm still with Epileptik, and I'm still releasing on Otaku, and I've stopped Virtual Pulse, obviously, because it's kind of a conflict of interest with Epileptik. I did a lot of gigs, a lot of touring.
Yeah, funk the
Buddha, man, fucking Buddha.
And yeah, I got lucky. I actually got to work with my idols. This is the first Otaku, and it was remixed by none other than the legendary Dr. Macabre.
Notice me, senpai, notice me.
Truly was a great honor, and to meet a lot of really people I really look up to and still do.
Bon, moi je suis d'un style plutôt hardcore. Le truc c'est de choisir les bons disques, pas forcément les disques qui vont plaire aux gens, mais en amenant un disque derrière l'autre d'une façon fine et en fait essayer de faire découvrir aux gens des choses nouvelles et de les faire danser sur des choses qu'ils connaissent pas, et donc
I just continued producing my own material on Epileptik. Epileptik were cool because they didn't break my balls about anything. They were just like, you do you, and we'll just put out the material if we think it's not shit, and that's it. That was the deal I had with them. And then they would give me the bookings and press the CDs and vinyls and you know, ship them, and that was it. You know, it was cool. It's happy days. Resurrection is my second album, the one with the eyeball. You might be familiar with that one if you're a fan or whatever. Like the one, it has like an eye. It's just a close up of basically my eye, and really, it's the first time people ask me about like the differences between the albums. You know, it was my first concept album, so like the Resurrection. This real story behind the album, for those who are interested, is that actually I was only 25 or 26, but I did have to like undergo like major surgery. The resurrection thing is not really like, Celsius is back. It's more like resurrection, like I'm actually alive. It's funny how like terrible, tragic life events are like amazing catalysts for creating things. You know, the origin of so many of my projects is like terrible events and terrible things that happened to me. So recently, some of you might know, I've been doing a comeback with Celsius. The project itself was on a hiatus for like 10 years, like ever since, maybe since 2009 when I played Rotterdam for the last time. So basically, yeah, I got contacted by a few promoters and organizers and stuff at the Heresy Exodus gig, which, I mean, honestly, I was like, really? I haven't played for a decade, dude. Are you sure? And I'm so lucky that I actually I fell on the nicest guy on the planet, this dude called Davey. It's really not about the hype, it's really about the fucking music. When I saw the dedication and the passion, and he actually managed to convince me, before you fucking know it, I'm... Heresy Exodus ended 2019 incredibly, and I mean, before you know it, 2020, I get announced on
DEFCON 1
to play the silver stage alongside Somniac One and other great people, and I'm so excited about this, to share this incredible event. But of course, as you all know, I mean, this is taking forever to film because I have so much to say, so basically I don't know how much you're interested in listening to me talk about it, so let's do this. You ask me questions on what topics do you want me to talk about, well, my music in particular, or the way I like my workflow. Do you want me to talk about my references? Do you want me to talk about re-noise, about Celsius? You tell me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please, I'm not gonna do the YouTube thing. If you enjoyed my music, if my music means something to you, that's really the most important thing to me. I would love to know what it means to you as well, my music, you know, because I have very specific reasons for everything I do. But then of course, like, the music I make and the way you listen to it is kind of connected to your circumstances, whoever you are, you know? And it's good to know. I mean, I'd be very curious to know what it means to you as well. So if you want to put that in the comments, if you want to share something, then please feel free. If you want to see more like this, let me know. And it's been a real pleasure. See you guys around.